What's up guys, Pidget here. This build is very tanky and has high damage for the damage over time build. This build has no problem with any endgame content. I'm completed my atlas, killed most of the endgame bosses without any issues. The mapping is so satisfying and really safe. On the defensive side, we have a few new things. If you're following my channel, I'm trying always improve my build over time, league from league, and I proudly can say maybe this is our peak with the damage and the tankiness. Even with this gear, the gear you will see only day 3 gear, so there is so much space to improve if you want to push even further. The damage and the tankiness is already there. Let's take a look on the new things. I managed to fit in determination to the build for extra armor and physical damage reduction, so we can use Molten Shell as our guard skill and Val Molten Shell as our panic button. The best thing, we don't have to use expensive Enlighten because the build has enough mana reservation efficiency to fit 4 auras in, and we also don't have to worry about the mana cost of our skills because our curse setup can eat your mana if you don't have enough mana regen. This is why we're using clarity in the build and the mana cost reduction on the Jewels. Using Grace Aura for evasion rating, so we almost can't die from the monster's basic attacks or projectiles. Because we're using Grace, we can use Ghost Dance Keystone. When we take a hit, we will recover 3% of our evasion rating as energy shield. We can do this 3 times in a row before the stacks recharge. To benefit from this even more, we're using energy shield and evasion bases, and a crystal belt for extra energy shield. Chill and freeze immune, text or Ascendancy. I really like to not rely on the flask uptime with chill and freeze immunity. My favorite is we have stun immunity because the Ascendancy has built-in immunity if you have energy shield, which we will always have. Now we almost can be touched by physical attacks, only danger left for us is the spell damage, but we have a solution for this. Using spell suppression on gear and on the tree, which is preventing half of the spell damage when we taking spell damage. We also taking 10% less damage from enemies that are chill. Really high chill effect, which is slow down our enemies by 30%. Even the Awakener or any endgame boss will move like a snail, so you can react in time for the uncapping ability. On the offensive side, we also got new things. In 3.20, GGG removed the curse effectiveness reduction from the bosses, so we got a huge buff to our single target damage. We're using 3 minimum frenzy charges on our rings and amulet, which is giving us more damage and more cost speed. Important note here, you need enough cost speed to reach 20 stacks with your brand. You can look your brand activation per brand stats under the POB, and this number needs to be at least 20. Above this will not give us single target damage increase, so don't invest too much for this, but also don't worry if you get more than this. We're taking on the tree the extra curse node, so we can use free curse to boost our damage, namely Frostbite, Elemental Weakness, and Punishment. If you not use Punishment curse before, this will only start working when the boss below 50% health, and the boss will take increased damage. All of these curses we applying with one single button, and we using Arcanist brand for this. Using a secondary source of damage on left click, Vortex. We applying chill with this, and it's linked with Void Chill support for even more cold damage increase. Using a gloves implicit for the exposure, so we don't have to press more button on boss fights, and we didn't have to deal with the delayed France bomb. Also, we're using Cold Snap as our another skill, so we have 2 filing in our build. I would like if you hit the like button like the Shaper hitting the Elder, so it can start spread to more people. Thank you! Few important things you need in this build. I am on once damage over time multiplier, cold damage over time multiplier, spell damage, and +1 to all cold spell skill gem. The stats you're looking on your gear, life on every single piece of gear, resistance, spell suppression, and attributes. The following implicits you can craft with the Eldritch currency. Spam till you get the following. On your gloves, you need cold exposure on hit and cold damage over time multiplier. On your body armor, determination has increased aura effect, or you can use malevolence aura effect increase. It's up to you what you want. You want more damage or more tankiness. The other mode is increased aura effect for your non-curse auras. Really good for the damage and tankiness. On your boots, you need drops Scorch Ground while moving. This is the only mandatory to your build. On your helmet, increase mana reservation efficiency of skills at least 8%, increase force by curse effect, and worth to mention, you need increase force by curse effect enchantment. Few crafts you need in this build. On your jewelry, you need minimum frenzy craft, which is coming from the betray mechanic when unveiling rings and amulets. You can only have 3 frenzy charges, you need open suffix all of your rings and amulet. I just want to highlight a few things on the passive tree that you need for the build. We're using 8 passive cluster jewel with deep chill, widespread destruction, and prismatic hearth. 2 medium cluster jewel with brand loyalty and grand design. The other medium cluster jewel is the same, grand design and brand loyalty. Using 3 passive small cluster jewel with mana reservation efficiency for our grace, and we need the other small passives has increased effect. On the jewels you aim for life, cold damage over time multiplier, and need a jewel with mana reservation efficiency for our skill, and reduced mana cost of your skills. This is the main things you need in the build. We're taking Occultist as our Ascendancy, because this is the only Ascendancy in the game that synergizes really well with the Winter type brand. The notables in order are the following. In your first lab, take Void Beacon. Really good node in the early leveling process, it will increase our damage, and size 3.18, most of the enemy monsters have high life regen. With this node, we will completely nullify their regen. Second lab, we take Frigid Wake. This is what I'm really like in this Ascendancy. You will be freeze and chill immune, so we don't have to rely on the flask uptime. Also giving us more cold damage, and we take less damage from the chilled enemy. Third lab, you take Vibe Bastion for stun immunity, and you will regen energy shield if you killing enemies. When you complete your Uber lab, take Unholy Authority as your last Ascendancy. This will give us an extra curse, and we can apply curses on hexproof enemies. Gem and Gemling, starting with the main link, Winter type brand, Inspiration, Efficacy, Hypothermia, Control Destruction, or secondary source of damage, Cold Snap. In our gloves or aura setup, Determination, Grace, and Clarity. Or curse setup in our boots, Arcanist brand, Frostbite, Elemental Weakness, and Punishment. We are applying these 3 curses with Arcanist brand. In our weapon or cast when damage taken setup, Molten Shell and cast when damage taken support. Molten Shell only level 10, cast when damage taken only level 1. In our helmet, Vortex, Arcane Surge, Bone Chill support, and Control Destruction. In our weapon, Frostblink and Malevolence. I hope you enjoyed this video about Wintertide brand Occultist. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching guys, I was Pridget, and see you next time.